Hey Pisces, I'm Island Turtle. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be the monthly general reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Now, a couple things before I get started. There's going to be a part 2 over on Patreon. You can also find it on Vimeo. The links are below for your convenience. These are timeless, these are general. When I say monthly, I mean about once every 30 days or so, I'll do a reading for you guys depending on what's kind of going on in my life. Okay, now a couple other disclaimers. We have some new website stuff, so check that out below as well. islandturtlemagic.com and BOMISpirit.com has been revamped. Now, a lot of people have found the new website and they've been trying to book with me. I'm not doing bookings yet. I will be very soon. I'm trying to like get myself a little organized first before I go ahead and I make anything available to anybody. So I promise you I will announce it when I am going to be taking personals again, whether it's astrology-based sessions or readings or channelings or other. That's the other thing. I haven't decided which one I want to do first. But I will be, the first way I'm going to announce when I do is through anybody who's subscribed to the website. Now, I promise I'm not going to bombard your email. I send one email campaign maybe once every few months. And only if I'm like about to do something like open up for readings or whatever. So I notify people who are subscribed to my website and my patrons first. They get first notified, and then I'll probably post it on YouTube, and then I'll post it on social media. So, if you want to have like the first notification, do it in that order of priority. Okay? Okay. Just wanted to like give that little disclaimer out. Now, Pisces, I want to jump right in and get started with you. Interesting, my throat just got so tight as I started trying to talk to you. First thing that I'm getting with you, I'm getting a lot of crystals, but particularly amethyst, which is already one of your crystals. Amethyst, kunzite, quartz, Lumerian quartz is coming up for you, like these clear, translucent sort of crystals, and then very purplish, heavy purple pink tones sort of crystals. Rose quartz, I feel like when you guys just asked about rose quartz, really more like amethyst was coming in really strong. I was getting a lot of purple with you when I tuned into your energy. Now, purple, to me, just screams crown chakra. Now, when they show me colors, sometimes they're just showing me like a general auric field sort of vibe. Sometimes it's about the symbology of it or other things, but I was getting a lot of crown energy with you, okay? So some of you guys could be going through, woo, some of you guys might be really in the ethers. I was about to say something else and they stopped me and they said no. So some of you guys might be really in the ethers, or some of you guys could be really focusing on your own intuition or spiritual practice at this time, your spiritual self at this time. Some of you guys are working with the violet flame. That was coming up as well. Yeah, it just feels like you guys are in a very spiritual sort of a place. Now, others of you, I think, are really just kind of in a play mode. I was getting that as well. Like, you're in your Piscean play, creativity sort of a mode. It also feels very childlike. You could be, oh my God, my throat. Don't mind me. You could be really getting in tune with your inner child and just really focusing on playing, okay, because that was something that was coming through as well. Some of you, it's really more in the creative artistic realm as well. So all kinds of different energies coming up, but honestly, what I'm getting with you is very etherical, creative kind of play and flow, and honestly, like happy joy time is kind of what I'm feeling with you, but not in like a fiery way, in a very like watery, etherical, angelic sort of a way. Celestial is actually what I just heard. Celestial sort of way. So I'm curious to see what's going on with you. So let's go ahead and get started on some cards here. Let's see what oracle deck wants to start with you. I am hearing play. Yeah, a lot of play. Ooh, really? I don't know about that. One deck wants to work with you, and I'm like, I don't know. You know what? We're going to do the Astro Oracle. Star Codes Astro. Oh my God, I can't talk. I'm sorry. I keep trying to talk and my throat is like closing. We're going to do the Star Codes Astro Oracle deck. We're going to start with that for you guys first. All right. So let's see what's going on for my Pisceans as the deck freaks out. Okay. That's cool. But oh my God, Pisces. All right. There might be some like high frequency sort of stuff going on with you too, high frequency energy or vibes. Some of you guys could feel a little bit more empathic at this time as well, just a little bit more psychically sensitive. Yeah, I just keep getting like etherical, Pisces, Neptune, galactic, like activation, crystal technology, like all that kind of sort of vibe going on with you. You guys are making the deck explode on me a lot. Pisces, what is going on? Oh my God, Pisces. Okay. Let's calm the energy down a little bit. Pinks and purples, pinks and purples, pinks and purples. I keep getting, it's like crown and like higher heart chakra sort of vibes with you, which I really, really like. I really, really like that. There's also something too that feels kind of yummy about it. You could be, you or somebody could be putting you in this very inspired romantic sort of energy. And see that then that kind of brings in some of the play too. It feels so yummy. I really like your vibe right now. The 7th house just winked at me in this deck. Any messages or insights for Pisces? Now keep in mind, this is a general reading, and because I'm tuning into collective energy for Pisces, you could be experiencing this. Someone in your reality, your field, could be experiencing this, or it could just not have hit you yet, or you could be coming out of it. So just practice your own discernment with this, all right? All right. Anything for my Pisceans? Yeah, I'm getting this almost like playful, flirtatious, mysterious vibe with you if you're interacting with other people. And if you're in your own little bubble, yeah, it just feels very like intoxicating, not in a bad way. It's like, yeah, just like ethereal, non-tangible, flowy. That's very, very Pisces. But I keep getting that there's like a joyful energy about it, a fun energy about it, whimsical. There we go. That's the word. That's the perfect word. Whimsical. My fishies are whimsical. Any messages or insights for Pisces? Let's see. Not what I expected. This is so not the energy I would have expected to come out for you. It's almost like the opposite. Like this feels very earthy to me, very earthy and fiery. We have Leo and Virgo. You could be a Leo Virgo cusper, could have that kind of cuspy energy in your chart. You could be dealing with somebody who has that cuspy energy in their chart. All right. Now, wait, where's Mercury? Is Mercury in Leo yet? Mercury retrograde is going to happen in Virgo in August. I don't think it's in Leo yet. Mercury just hit me. So whatever's going on right now could also resonate with you in August, or if you're seeing this in August, maybe it's referring to that time. Because yeah, Leo Virgo, Leo Virgo is August. That's exactly when the sun shifts from Leo to Virgo in Tropic. I feel like this is way more about a timeline sort of energy versus like what you're experiencing now. Because the way that I would read this as an energy, like, sorry, my throat. The way I would read this as an energy, if it were manifesting in your physical reality, I would see it as like taking your passion, taking your light, and then grounding it in your reality by doing it to make something, create something, solidify something that you actually want to experience in the physical that you were inspired to put into the physical. But it feels so earthy to me, and I keep getting Mercury. I feel like this is pulling way more to August. So whatever you're going through now might reach a climax in August, or maybe you're trying to plan for August. Maybe you've been getting pulled to August. There's something about it like late August here, Pisces, not just for you, but also for the collective. Yeah, not just for you, but also for the collective. I would definitely pay attention to what's going on in your life right now, especially if you're watching this like near the time I'm recording it, which is late June. As it relates to Venus retrograding in Leo. Now I haven't done your Venus retrograde sign reading yet. I'm getting to it. It's like, it's a flow thing, right? It's a flow thing. But we're in the pre-shadow, and Venus goes retrograde in July, late July. Whatever's happening now, between now and July 22nd, is the setup for Venus retrograde. And then the time that we hit August, Venus will still be retrograde, but Mercury is going to go retrograde too at the same time and add to that kind of retrograde energy. And I feel like that's what I'm looking at. That particular period of time, there's something big happening there that is connected to what's happening now. So think of it like, yeah, whatever is going on now, it's setup time for what happens in August. Okay? That's what I'm getting pulled to with that. All right. Moving on. Or you could be dealing with a Leo or a Virgo, you know, totally the case too. It's gonna, yeah, whatever's happening now is gonna pick up steam. Whatever's happening now is gonna pick up steam. Some of, and I want to say it pertains way more to what you are inspired to do now or what makes you feel whimsical now. So pay attention to the whimsy. Hold on to the whimsy, follow the whimsy, let the whimsy carry you. Okay? That's what I want to recommend because I just got this feeling of conflict and distraction. That feels very like relationship heavy, potentially friendship heavy. Yeah, it feels like alliance, acquaintance, friend realm, not necessarily romantic or otherwise. It could be, but I don't feel that. Yeah, if any of you have some unresolved stuff when it comes to friendships, allies, camaraderie, acquaintances, groups even, there's something about that that feels like a distraction and it feels like a Five of Wands vibe. Stay whimsical. Don't get too pulled into that. Stay whimsical. There may be something in August that comes to a head with whatever that is as well. But I want to say the whimsy is where you want to follow because that's way more about your own personal manifestations and whatever it is that you're co-creating for yourself that will keep the whimsy in your life. Ooh, interesting channeling right there. Anything else for Pisces? Anything else for Pisces? I can feel that distraction. Oh, I can feel it. Now, okay. If you have anything unresolved with anybody, I don't see why you shouldn't attempt to resolve it. I encourage you to not get distracted by Five of Wands energy, right? That's just conflict and struggle and tension and stress, right? But if you can resolve something, resolve it. Resolve it. But if it's just feeding Five of Wands, yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. My crown has been crazy. So that's like, I was tuning into your energy and all that crown energy hit me. And that's why I was like, oh, I got to cover my head. So that's why I covered my head today. Am I taking that? No. All right. Ooh. Anything else for Pisces? Anything else for Pisces? Now my third eye is like, whoa, whoa. Like my third eye is gonna pop out of my head. Anything else for Pisces? Whoa. Oh. We have Scorpio and we have retrograde. Fascinating. The nodes are going to switch in July. Actually, I think it's really soon. Probably within like a couple weeks, I believe, from when I'm recording this. I'm recording this on the 27th of June. From Taurus, Scorpio to Aries, Libra, again, that is in Tropic. And then we have retrograde right here. Now, we do have some planets in retrograde. As of June 30th, Neptune will be retrograde. Saturn is retrograde. Venus is in the pre-shadow for retrograde. Mercury will enter the pre-shadow for retrograde late July, early August, almost said October. Interesting. So I don't feel like there's a lot of planetary stuff actually referring to this other than potentially Venus retrograde. But the Scorpio is a sister water sign for you. I keep getting moon energy with Scorpio though. I keep getting moon energy with Scorpio. Like almost like Cancer, but it has like the hardness Mars energy of Scorpio. Why is Scorpio out here for Pisces? I think that's why that's wow. Yeah, that's why the third eye energy hit me. So there is a planetary association here. It's actually referring to Saturn is what they're telling me. It's that malefic energy that Scorpio carries because of Mars. Sorry, Saturn is also malefic. Saturn being retrograde in Pisces right now is causing us to be way more internal. Pluto is also retrograding, which is Scorpio associated. Having Pluto retrograde while Saturn's retrograde in Pisces, that's a lot of internalization. It's a lot of introspection. And that's what I'm getting here. Like there's something going on with the third eye with this energy of being so in your internal world and being so introspective. And I feel like it's also relating to that whimsical crown energy. There's some truths that are trying so hard to come to the surface. Some of you guys are experiencing that in dreams. Thank you. That's why they brought up the moon. Some of you are experiencing that via dreams as well. So definitely pay attention to your dreams. It's almost like there's been some like either nugget of truth or clarity or inspiration that's been like a message. We'll just say a message that's been like trying to come to the surface in your dreams. It's funny. I feel like I was swimming for a second, trying to come to the surface in your dreams. Pay attention to that. Pisces, this is about to get really interesting. There's this awareness too that's emerging about how interconnected you are with certain people that maybe you haven't even met in the physical yet. And I also want to say we're always all interconnected, right? We're a collective. But there are some individuals that potentially may be showing up in your reality in the physical down the line, like almost like 6 months to a year out, that actually you are very much interacting with in the non-physical, in dream time, in the astral. In the realms, if you will, the dream energy. There's some sort of connection there. I want to like pull it up for you. There's some sort of connection happening there with you and these individuals. It's kind of cool and cosmic and mystical and whimsical. And again, when they show up in your actual physical reality, I feel like it's kind of a ways out. But there's something about those people as it relates to whatever you're trying to do now to anchor in that whimsy energy in the physical, and like how to maintain that in your life, that creative energy, the romantic energy, the very flowy Piscean inspired energy. Okay. Jesus. Anything else for Pisces? There's a lot going on in your internal world. A lot. There's a lot going on there. Anything else for Pisces? On the bottom, we have Sun, which is source energy. It's labeled as source energy, but it's also vitality, it's clarity, it's new beginnings, it's joy. It's joy, it's happiness. Oh, and look, we have progressions, and then we have that Cancer energy, that moon energy there. Yeah, Pisces. I mean, dreams are always a thing for you anyway because you're Pisces, but really, really pay attention to that. There's a lot going on that is trying so hard to come to the surface for you, especially as it relates to these individuals. It's interesting because I'm getting pulled to like you, a Leo, and a Scorpio is almost what I want to say, which is very strange. You could potentially have Aquarius in your chart because I'm kind of drawn to like the fixed energy there. We deal a lot with Leo right now, like I was saying before, but like I keep getting drawn to almost like someone who has like watery scorpionic tendencies, potentially Cancerian tendencies, and then someone's got like Leo tendencies, potentially Virgo tendencies. And I feel like these are also individuals that represent those energies coming up in your dream space that you're connected to help you with these current energies. God, who am I reading for? This reading's gotten a little crazy. But that's the thing, right? Like you're in such like crown etherical energy. Like this is the kind of stuff that comes through, right? It's like the abstractness of everything and how it relates and how it manifests, right? So for those of you guys who feel like you're feeling a little lost because it's like so non-tangible, all the stuff I'm talking about, as it relates to the physical, I feel like you're in a very like romantic energy right now. I feel like you're in a very like fantastical, non-physical whimsy energy right now. And I feel like you're trying to understand how to keep that going, how to harness that, to ground that in the physical in some way, to keep that kind of energy alive within you. Some of you guys are inspired to actually create things in the physical. So by all means, follow that. At the same time, I was feeling that kind of Five of Wands energy of distractions and unresolved issues with other people. Now, if you can resolve issues, resolve them. If you can't, then just don't feed the Five of Wands energy and stay focused on yourself. At the same time, you also have this very hardcore introspective vibe going on with you. It feels very meditative, very astrally, very watery. I think Saturn, Pisces retrograde, and Pluto retrograde is part of that. I would look at your personal charts to see where they're retrograding for you, what houses they're transiting, to see how that could affect you personally. That's going to be late degrees Capricorn and early degrees Pisces. So take that as it resonates. And because of that, there is some like big truth that's trying to come up to the surface for you. And with Scorpio, I also want to say something that's transformative. Like there could be a piece of you that's going through a major transformation right now, but it's completely non-physical, or you're only really experiencing it in dream time. At the same time, there's a group of you where there's some people, with the people because they're people, that want to come up in your physical reality, but they can't yet. And so there's like this whole like non-physical psychic interaction with these people, but I feel like it's dream time. I feel like it's all astral. I feel like it's all telepathy. So that's the gist of what's going on with you right now. Okay, let's pull some cards. Whew. Let's pull some cards for my Pisceans. Let's see here. Oh yeah, we're gonna go with Dreams of Tarot. I feel like you're so not in the physical. I feel like you're trying to be in the physical, but I feel like you're having a hard time being in the physical. Oh, and come August is going to be important pertaining to what is going on with you right now. I might prioritize you guys for the Venus retrograde sign readings, just because I feel like there's a lot going on here that pertains to that. All right, Pisces. Any other messages are in? I'm getting strong Queen of Cups. Strong Queen of Cups energy. That is very much kind of the energy I was talking about, right? But a little bit more on the High Priestess side. But Queen of Cups is creative. She's intuitive. She's psychic. She understands the non-physical realms, right? Like the High Priestess is a combination of Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords, which to me equates to just Queen of Swords. But I've talked a lot about that in my other readings, and I'm just gonna sorry, I'm gonna stay focused on you guys. Let's come back. I can't help but go off tangents and just talk about everything. Any messages or insights for Pisces? I think art, like straight up doing some sort of art, would be amazing for you right now. Like I'm getting that vibe of like channeled art, or like making your hands busy with something and getting into like that meditative state and just having really cool things happen. Obviously, for whoever that applies. Any messages or insights for Pisces? Interesting. Nine of Swords in reverse. Now, the Nine of Swords in this deck is not your typical Nine of Swords. This doesn't really speak to anxiety and worry and fear directly. The Nine of Swords speaks to perception. The power of the mind via perception and belief systems. That is what co-creates our reality. Now, when this comes out in reverse, it's indicating that there's some sort of lack of alignment or some sort of dissonance when it comes to what we're experiencing versus what we're perceiving. Like, for example, like you want to have a specific experience, but your belief systems and perceptions are limiting your ability to experience something a certain way. So for example, I'm trying to think of an example. So hard to think of an example. Let's say you want to take a cooking class. Let's say you want to go and learn how to, like, I don't know, make Italian food or something. I don't know. And you, like, the way you want it, the experience you want to have is you want to go in there, you want to, like, talk to people around you, you want to eat good food, maybe have a little wine, I don't know, and laugh and have a good time and learn something and have fun being creative. But there's something about your perspective or belief system that actually makes it a much more rigid experience. Like, maybe you actually go in there and, like, excuse me, like there are all these like right and wrong ways of doing it, right? Like you have to use a quarter teaspoon of this and you have to use a half a cup of this, but like a party wants to explore, but you can't, right? Or you're told that you can't, or you believe that you can't. Like there's like some sort of rigidity that's happening there that's self-induced. You understand what I'm saying? So limiting perspective, limiting beliefs here happening for you, Pisces. Why is that happening for you? Because I feel like there's such a whimsical energy with you that I keep tuning into. So that's why I'm surprised this is out here. But it's basically saying the power of your mind and beliefs are limiting your experiences right now, which tells me self-limiting beliefs and programming. Okay. Anything else for Pisces? Oh my. Scorpio energy with the Death card, with Page of Cups, emotion and intellect. Oh, and then 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay, Pisces. Okay. The emotion and intellect card is really jumping out at me, especially as it relates to perception. Because the emotion intellect card is basically about that, right? Like how much are you ruled by your emotions versus your mind, your heart and your head and your heart. right? And the Nine of Swords reverse is indicating like making sure that there's no lack of alignment with those two things. And the Page of Cups coming out upright tells me that you're rectifying that, which makes sense because I'm like, I feel like you're more whimsical than this right now. Like this is almost like a rigidity or almost too logical. But Death card coming out with the Page of Water tells me that this is something that you're shifting if you haven't shifted already. Now, the other thing that kind of jumps out at me though is the Ten of Wands in reverse. When the Ten of Wands in this card, when the Ten of Wands comes out in this deck, it actually speaks to mastery. I keep almost feeling like these cards that are coming out in reverse are like these little mini blocks that you're working through like over time and like on your own time and slowly. They don't feel massive. It feels like you're slowly chipping away at that, right? So you're rectifying this if you haven't already, depending on where you're at in this reading. And in doing so, there's also a moment of honesty you're having with yourself about, I almost want to say pressure, like pressure you may put on yourself to master things. Yeah, to master things, to become the master of things. And yeah, and how much energy you're putting into that to the point where you're getting away from the whimsy. Oh, there we go. Coming for full circle now. To where you're getting away from the whimsy. You're getting away from the flowy, romantic, playful, childlike energy, right? Right, you're working on this. Okay. My head is like killing me with you. It's funny because I wanted to do your reading last couple of days and I couldn't. And I'm like, why can't I do it? And it's like, I get it now because there's just so much like sort of energy with you. Beautiful. We see balance happening. I'm going to show you guys in a minute. So Pisces, this is all coming back to, this is all coming back to you getting into play, getting into your water, getting into your beautiful gift of etherical, non-tangible Pisces self, okay? And getting away from the rigidity of things, the black and white of things, the logical side of things. All right, so now we have masculine and feminine here. There's a really beautiful balancing happening. Like that's what I said. That's why I said that when this card came out. This is kind of like Page of Wands. So you have Page of Cups and you have Page of Wands. Again, coming back to this like childlike innocence with the pages. Pages are not always bad. I feel like some people give pages a bad rap, like oh, it's immature or whatever. And it's like, sure, technically that can be a way to read it, but pages are just the beginnings of the phases, right? Of going from page to knight to queen to king. So in that way, it represents maturity, but in that way, it also represents like beginnings of cycles, beginning of seeds of ideas or new perspectives or new habits or new emotions or whatever. So you've got two page cards here, but again, speaking to coming back to that piece of you and balancing, right? So I love it. It's also this feeling too of bringing in much more of the feminine to like balance out with your own masculine energy by not feeding masculine energy so much. Some of you may have gotten really caught up in the physical. And that could have been for many reasons. Adulting, right? Money issues. That's a huge thing in the collective just because economically what's going on. But you're coming back to whimsy. So I like it. Now we did have another chunk come out. I can't see all of them, but this is what I see on top is the Two of Cups in reverse. So let's see. Oh. Remember what I was saying about this distracting Five of Wands energy over here? Remember when I was mentioning that? Well, here it is. With that Two of Cups in reverse. I don't feel like it's as, how do I want to say, prickly, tension-fueled, rigid as I initially thought because of how you're clearly handling it at this moment in time. Everything is subject to change because of free will, but you have the Nine of Water, beautiful card to have with this. Integrity in reverse and the Two of Water in reverse. So this unresolved issue you have over here with somebody, potentially that, and also just as a pattern, it's like there's this reflection of self of understanding what's important to you. It's having this feeling of like the external and of potentially people in your reality, acquaintances, friends, lovers, etc. We're almost enabling you to go the wrong way, it seems like. Where you wanted to, like where your soul, I'm going to say your soul, because we all work from different parts of ourselves, right? The core part of you wanted to keep working in the page energy, wanted to keep working in your water, in your whimsy, in your creativity, in your whimsical, fantastical, Piscean self. That's where you've wanted to be. But the external was affecting you in a way where you weren't feeding that anymore. You were kind of detaching from that. And with integrity in reverse being there, this also tells me that these cards are speaking more so to individuals or an individual, that we're not acting out of honor. I hate to say it like that, but that's how it wants to come through. Like, they weren't acting out of, like, honor, accountability, responsibility, maturity, like, not in a way that we think of, oh God, how do I want to say this? In a spiritual context. Not in the, I'm going to pay my bills and do things by the law kind of way. I mean, like, emotionally and spiritually, like the kind of responsibility we have towards other people, right? And okay, I feel like this is the whole explanation. I'm not saying you're responsible for anybody's feelings. I'm not saying that. But we are accountable for what we expect and what we place upon other people. That's really our shit, right? And so if people follow that, people follow that, but we need to be accountable to ourselves when we're doing that in a way that doesn't have integrity, right? That's either low vibrational or selfish or distorted or whatever. That's what I'm speaking to. And so you're seeing the light in this when it comes to the people that you're surrounding yourself with, and really putting the focus back on yourself. Like, why did I allow that in the first place? Why didn't I follow my whimsy? Why didn't I follow people who fueled my whimsy, right? The Nine of Cups here is showing that enlightenment for you. And look, her third eye is all lit up. All that, like, third eye energy. This is basically the divine light being shown on her, which is exactly what I'm feeling for you up there. Ooh, lots to say for you. Overall, we do have Journey, which is beautiful. I love this card because this card basically says, you're always on the journey no matter what. Sometimes it's going to feel a little dark and you're going to be in kind of an ebb state. Sometimes it's going to feel full of light and you're going to be in a flow state. But this is just the awareness of self, that you are always on a journey, no matter the ups and downs, the twists and turns. It's just the awareness of it. So you having this moment of coming back to whimsy, holding on to whimsy, and balancing self, and then your awareness in the context of other people and how you've allowed certain things or how people have affected you and what you need to adjust, is you just being aware and accountable to your sense of self. Whew! And what you experience on your journey. Holding yourself accountable to all those decisions and those allowances when it comes to that and when it comes to that. It's a lot of channeling for you, Pisces. I love you. I love you so much. You're making me work real hard today. So that accountability, oh, beautiful, I just realized, is also leading to this abundance underneath that. Because you're taking accountability of self and doing what your soul wants to do, which is the whimsy. Okay? Wow. All right, let's go ahead and jump into part 2. Hopefully we can come back down to the physical a little bit more. I feel very up here with you. But for those of you guys who really got a lot out of this, I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was helpful. And if I'm seeing you on the other side, I'm seeing you on the other side. And I'll see you guys very soon. Okay? Take care.